Research from the Cleveland Clinic shows that 1 in 3 people who experience a TIA will have a full stroke within 90 days, often within the first 48 hours. That means your first sign of a mini-stroke isn't a warning, it's your final alert. So what should you do if you notice any of these signs in yourself or someone else? This is where the 3-minute life-saving trick comes in. It's a method used by stroke specialists and paramedics to keep blood flowing to the brain and reduce damage while waiting for emergency care. It's simple, it's safe, and it's something every person over 60 should memorize. We'll go through it step by step next, and I'll show you how doctors explain it in emergency training programs. What to do while help arrives. Let's be very clear about one thing when it comes to stroke. Time is brain. Every minute a stroke goes untreated, your brain can lose about 1.9 million neurons, according to the National Institutes of Health, NIH. That's why the 3-minute window after noticing symptoms is so critical. It's when you can make the biggest difference before paramedics arrive. So what exactly should you do? Here's the doctor-approved 3-minute emergency protocol that can help preserve blood flow and oxygen to the brain while waiting for help. Step 1. Call 911 immediately. 30 seconds. Even if you're unsure, make the call first. Do not try to drive yourself or someone else to the hospital. Emergency responders have medications and tools in the ambulance that hospitals can't use until you arrive. When you call 911, calmly state, "I suspect a stroke." Give the person's age when symptoms began and what you're seeing, slurred speech, weakness, facial drooping, etc. This helps dispatchers route you to a certified stroke center, not just the nearest ER, and that's crucial for receiving TPA, tissue plasminogen activator, the clot-busting drug that can reverse many strokes if given within the first 3-4 hours. Step 2. Position for blood flow. Suburo 30 minutes. While waiting for paramedics, lay the person on their side with their head slightly elevated, using a rolled towel or small pillow. This position helps prevent choking if they vomit and keeps blood flowing evenly to the brain. If they feel faint or dizzy, have them stay still. Movement increases the brain's oxygen demand, which can worsen damage. If you're alone and feel stroke symptoms yourself, sit or lie down immediately to avoid falling. Unlock your front door if you can, so emergency workers can enter. Keep your phone within reach and use speaker mode. Step 3. Controlled breathing. Yatter 133 minutes. This is the life-saving trick most people don't know, but neurologists now recommend it to stabilize oxygen and calm the nervous system until help arrives. It's called the 4-7-8 breathing pattern, and it's used in stroke response training by several hospitals, including Johns Hopkins and the Cleveland Clinic. Here's how. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath gently for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat this pattern 3 to 5 times. What this does, balances oxygen and carbon dioxide levels in your blood, reducing stress on the heart, lowers blood pressure, which may help slow vessel rupture and hemorrhagic strokes, calms panic, which can raise cortisol and worsen outcomes. Even if you're helping someone else, guide them through the breathing. Speak softly, match their rhythm, and reassure them. Your calmness literally helps regulate their breathing and keeps their oxygen delivery steady. What not to do. Don't give them food, water, or medication. Stroke often causes swallowing problems. Choking risk is high. Don't let them fall asleep. Keep them awake and responsive until help arrives. Don't ignore mini symptoms. Even if they seem fine after a minute, brain damage can still be happening silently. Every 30 seconds saved in those first few minutes reduces long-term disability risk by up to 10%, according to a Harvard Medical School review in 2022. That's why this 3-minute action plan called Position, Breathe is now being taught in community health programs across the U.S. But here's the next question. Most people over 60 ask, how can I prevent that moment from ever happening? Because reacting fast is vital, but preventing a stroke altogether is even more powerful. And the truth is, New research from the Mayo Clinic and the American Heart Association shows that simple daily habits, including what you eat, how you move, and even how you sleep, can cut your stroke risk in half. No prescription required. Let's talk about those everyday habits. Next, how to train your body to stroke-proof itself after 60. You've now learned what to do during those terrifying first 3 minutes. But here's something even more empowering. You can actually retrain your body and brain to make a stroke far less likely in the first place. And no, this doesn't require expensive supplements or marathon workouts. It's about creating what doctors call vascular resilience, teaching your blood vessels, brain, and heart to stay flexible and well-nourished even as you age. Let's start with the most powerful proven prevention habits backed by Harvard Medical School, the Mayo Clinic, and the American Heart Association, AHA. 1. Eat for better blood flow. The brain-heart connection. Your brain uses 20% of your body's oxygen and nutrients, even though it's only about 3 pounds. That means what you eat directly affects how well your brain's vessels stay open and oxygen-rich. The AHA recommends a Mediterranean-style diet, which has been shown to reduce stroke risk by up to 45%. Here's how to think of it. Eat more liquid oils than solid fats. Use extra virgin olive oil instead of butter. Just 1 tablespoon a day can improve HDL, the good cholesterol, by 5% in seniors. Load your plate with colorful produce. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collards are rich in vitamin K and nitrates nutrients that keep your arteries flexible. Add fatty fish twice a week. Salmon, sardines, or trout supply omega-3s that thin the blood slightly and calm inflammation inside vessel walls. Go easy on salt and processed meats. Every extra 1 gram of sodium per day increases stroke risk by 16%, according to a 2021 Harvard review. Try herbs like rosemary or lemon zest instead. If you prefer a simpler rule, think of it this way. If it grew from the ground or swam in the sea, it's likely good for your arteries. 2. Move in microbursts. Not marathons. You don't need intense exercise. In fact, short, frequent movement does more for circulation after 60 than long, exhausting workouts. Research from Johns Hopkins University shows that walking just 10 minutes 3 times a day improves endothelial function, the ability of blood vessels to expand within 2 weeks. Try this rhythm. Morning, a brisk walk around your home or yard while practicing gentle deep breathing. Afternoon, march in place for 1 minute every hour you're sitting. Evening, a 5-minute stretch session before bed, shoulder rolls, gentle neck turns, ankle circles. Every bit of movement teaches your blood vessels to stay elastic, like training a muscle. And here's a secret most seniors don't know. Hydration multiplies this effect. A study from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, found that even mild dehydration thickens your blood, increasing clot risk. So, drink half your body weight in ounces of water daily. For example, a 160-pound person needs about 80 Oz. 3. Calm the hidden trigger. Stress hormones. We often think of cholesterol and sugar as stroke triggers, but chronic stress may be just as dangerous. When cortisol stays high for too long, it raises blood pressure, thickens the blood, and inflames arteries. Here's where a powerful habit comes in, one that ties back to your 3-minute life-saving trick: mindful breathing. Harvard researchers found that people over 60 who practiced slow, controlled breathing for 10 minutes a day lowered their systolic blood pressure by an average of 12 points, as much as a mild medication. Try this before bed. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold 7, exhale 8. Yes, the same pattern used during emergencies. Do 5 cycles while lying in bed. Picture your heartbeat slowing and your blood vessels relaxing. 4. The sunlight and sleep equation. Vitamin D deficiency doubles your risk of stroke after 60, according to the Cleveland Clinic. Spend 15 minutes in morning sunlight or take a vitamin D3 supplement, 1,200 IU daily if approved by your doctor. Equally important, quality sleep. Poor sleep increases nighttime blood pressure spikes, a major risk factor for brain vessel rupture. Aim for 7 to 8 hours per night and keep a consistent bedtime. Pro tip: dim lights an hour before bed and switch your phone or tablet to night mode to limit blue light, which tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. Real-life example. Meet Evelyn, a 68-year-old retired nurse from Ohio. After a mild TIA, she started a simple 3-part routine: morning sunlight, a 20-minute walk, and breathing before bed. Within 3 months, her blood pressure dropped from 148/90 to 124/76, no new medication needed. Her doctor called her a textbook example of lifestyle medicine in action. Small, consistent actions like these literally remodel your arteries, a process neurologists call angiogenesis, or the growth of new capillaries. When you strengthen those pathways daily, your brain develops backup routes for oxygen. So even if a clot forms, blood can detour and keep you safe. That's how you stroke-proof your body naturally, day by day. But let's bring it all together with a recap of what to remember and a final message every senior should hear before we close. If you've watched this far, you've already done something that 90% of people over 60 never do. You've taken the time to understand what your body is trying to tell you. And that knowledge could one day save your life or the life of someone you love. Let's take a moment to bring everything together. If you've ever thought, "It's too late for me," please erase that thought right now. Your body is always listening. Your blood vessels are rebuilding. Your brain is still learning every single day you're alive. The power to change your health is not about perfection. It's about consistency and awareness. Every time you choose a handful of almonds over chips, take a short walk after dinner, or take 3 slow, deep breaths, when you're stressed, you're literally changing the chemistry of your brain and protecting your future self. At Mayo Clinic, stroke prevention specialists use a phrase I love. You don't have to be perfect, just persistent. Even if you can't do everything we discussed, start with one thing today. Maybe it's the breathing technique. Maybe it's switching to olive oil, or maybe it's finally checking your blood pressure at home. Because prevention isn't about doing more, it's about doing better. The truth is, no one plans for a stroke. But everyone can prepare for one, and even more powerfully, work to prevent it. So take a deep breath right now. Feel your heartbeat. That rhythm is the sound of life, steady, strong, and resilient. It's a reminder that your body is capable of incredible recovery and protection, no matter your age. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you or someone you know ever experienced a mini stroke or a scare that changed your health habits? Which of today's steps, diet, breathing, or daily movement, will you start using first? Share your story in the comments. Your experience could inspire someone else to take action, maybe even save a life. And if this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone over 60. Because the more people who know this 3-minute trick, the more lives we can protect together. Remember, you can't stop aging, but you can guide it gracefully, powerfully, and on your own terms. Thank you for watching, and take care of your heart, your brain, and yourself. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll talk about how to restore balance and energy after 60 using natural, science-backed methods.